Hello everyone, Liger here, coming at you with a new series. New versus old. Now I wanted to sit down in a game like SnowRunner where vehicles, tacticalness, and usability is very important. And we all have our preferences on look, or usability, or power. So I wanted to sit down and decide which is better, new or old. There are so many people that would much rather go with old analog, and there are so many people that would much rather go with newer technology. So let's compare them. Now, as far as getting down to the same country or the same wheel, there's only so much I can do. There's only so many models and mods in this game. So all I'm going to do is take trucks that are typically the same. Both of these have utility bodies carrying extra fuel and repair points. Both of these are all-wheel drive with locking differential. And both of them are medium-duty trucks. Now, as you can look, one of them is clearly much older than the other. So, I wanted to decide who would win, old analog or new technology. Now this truck is very good. It's got a lot of power. It's a stock truck in the game. Actually, I'm using a modded variant to have the utility body and different tires on. But it's still a truck that you can use in the game with as far as the engines and performance should go. Now these trucks are both on tires that have good mud performance, good off-road performance, medium on-road performance, and no ice road performance. Because we're only going to be testing here in the Summerland. Now, the truck on the left there is a mod, and the truck on the right is an in-game truck, but this is a modded variant of it. Me, personally, I much prefer the look of older trucks. I think they're tougher. I think they're more likely to power through what you've put in front of them. But where they're lacking is in the power, especially because older engines just didn't have the power. They have the torque on new engines, but not the power. So we're going to put these trucks through your basic SnowRunner off-road test. We're going to mostly heavy mud. We might do some rock crawling and speed. Because as much as we hate to admit it and would love to say that we off-road realistically in SnowRunner, we all put our foot flat to the floor sometimes and have a little bit of fun, so let's see which one would be better at that. Both these trucks may use the extra fuel and points that they have aboard, and that's it. If they get totaled, they're totaled. Now I'm a human, there's only so much I can do. I'm gonna pick appropriate lines to travel, especially when it comes to off-roading or mudding. I'm not gonna plow these trucks through the deepest, worst thing, because when you're off-roading in a game like SnowRunner, you just simply can't do that. You'll get stuck every time. You gotta be somewhat smart about where you go. And these trucks may need to go in different places to perform just as good or worse as the other. So it's not gonna be, a perfect 50-50 split, but it is still going to show you with a normal human driving how these trucks are going to perform. Now, both these trucks are dually, so they both have 6 tires, 4 in the rear, 2 in the front. So they should perform about the same as far as staying afloat or on top of the mud. Now, realistically speaking, the old truck, it's heavy. The newer truck, not so much. Now, the newer truck does have a 4-door cab, but it has a smaller utility body, which means it's lighter weight. Now the old truck has a normal day cab, 2-seat, no jump seat. It's just bare bones, the cab and 2 seats. And behind it is a utility body. Now that utility body is heavier. As far as overall length goes, I believe these trucks are basically the same length. Ground clearance a little bit higher on the new truck. Yeah, they're about the same length. So we're gonna go ahead and get them over to their first obstacle, and we're gonna start this video out. Now I'm gonna be putting these trucks through 4 different tests, I believe. 1, mud bogging. You can see out here in front of us that is deep, watery mud. Now, from here, we're gonna go down to like a creek run through there's a little creek over there, and we're just gonna drive the trucks down through the creek as fast as we can. Now, all of this is just as fast as we can to see how the trucks perform under immense stress. From there, we're gonna go to an on-road, off-road to on-road stress test to see how well the truck can hit water, mud, or rocks in its way and keep speed, momentum, or they may even flip over. And then from there, we're gonna go to a medium mud bog, back to on-road, which is where we're gonna look at top speed performance and jumpability, really. So starting off, I'm going to take the old truck. I was wrong. This truck does not have engageable differentials. It only has all-wheel drive. So that could be a major downfall. Who knows? It's got low, high, and reverse. Like I say, I'm going to try and plow these trucks through here just as fast as they can go. And just show you guys what they can do. So we're going to start off with the old truck. See if I can get it in the high. No, I don't think I can. She's already not happy about this deep mud. Oh, I managed to get it into high. High may not be the way to go. And if one truck gets fully stuck, and I mean fully stuck, it will be counted out and the other truck will continue on with the tests. It will not have any competition, but you will still be able to see how it performs overall. I think the ground clearance and the non-locking differential is really going to get this truck in the long run. But as far as top speed and power goes, I believe that's where she's going to thrive. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to create a little jump here because we all know I'm going to be heading that way down the little creek that you can see there. And, well, actually, she's going to pull through it faster than I thought she was. So I'm not going to jump. I really think that differential is costing this truck a lot. And she's pretty well through it. And now I'm gonna throw her in a high. We're gonna go down through the creek. Then we're gonna jump back to... Oh, wow. Wow. Smart lines. I'm gonna keep most of it in the water, but... I'm gonna put those 2 wheels up on the shore. Just give her a little bit more traction. She needs it. I really think the steel body, the non-lift, all of that is just taking a toll. But who knows? Modern truck may get down off in there and just completely die. Yeah, high is not the go for this truck. And she's almost. Gotta get up on the shore. And she's through. Not bad for an old girl. And now we're back at the modern truck. I really think the differential's gonna help this thing out. Go straight into high. Just powering through it so far. The differential is making quick work of this mud. The lighter body. Oh. Maybe she wasn't quite tall enough. But she is still going through it. In my opinion, a bit faster than the older one. I could be wrong. It just feels like it's going faster. Both of these trucks are beautifully made. Lots of time and effort went into them. It is even still a struggle for this truck. Wiggle the front tires. Keep in mind, I'm doing everything I see fit to help these trucks out as much as I can. Wow. Oh, okay. Now, where the other truck did end up needing a little bit of help by riding up on the shore, I'm gonna dock a few points for that. I actually give this truck a couple of points because it managed to push through there no problem in the creek. There's no issue. High-low with the differential on, she's just walking. Okay. And from here, we're going to go to the rock crawling course. Okay, we are back. I'm gonna go first in the newer vehicle. This isn't an extreme rock crawling course or anything. It's just more of rocks on the road. Truthfully, neither one of these vehicles should be doing heavy duty rock crawling. They're not built nor meant for it, so I'm not gonna test them for it. Just as fast as we can. This is more of a suspension durability. Took a little bit of damage there, but it doesn't seem to mind. Handability wise, it is very bouncy. Ooh, almost rolled it there. These bigger rocks can be treacherous for a vehicle like this, but she seems to be pretty well grounded. Not too bad, not terrible. And now for the older vehicle. I'm really beginning to like this thing. I had high hopes for the older vehicle, but I guess just technology sometimes beats brute force. And here she is. Lock it in all-wheel drive, put it in high. Ooh, oversteer right there, that's my fault. Okay. As far as controllability, this thing isn't bouncing side to side near as bad, although the steering is a bit sluggish. Oof, that was 100% my fault. Did not mean to do that. Whoa. Okay. This one did not almost tip over compared to the other one. She was doing fine up until the end, then she started bouncing side to side. However, the newer vehicle, probably due to it being lighter, was bouncing really bad, and I did have a lot of trouble keeping it on the trail. And now on to our next test. And now to the on-road, off-road, on-road, and speed test. Let's just get into this one. There's not much to say. I'm gonna come at this as fast as I can, and as soon as I hit the water or the rocks, I'm gonna put it into high so that way it doesn't downshift and stop. And we're gonna try gear skipping. A sidewater pushing it quite a bit. Wow, that's shocking. But she went through it just fine. Didn't even blink an eye. Cornering is pretty good. Took a little bit of damage there. I think I forgot to mention the damage that the older vehicle took on the last test, but nothing too extreme, nothing too bad. I'm not going to repair the vehicles unless they need to be repaired. And that's that. Did pretty good. Went through it, no problem. Stayed in high, didn't stall. And now for the older vehicle. Gonna skip gears the best I can. Much higher top speed. Plowed into the water. Wow, wow, I was not expecting it to be that fast. And then we're gonna do the same. Hit that rock. Whoa! Man, this thing is fast. Oh, as far as the water pushing it, I don't feel like the water pushed it as bad. It seemed a little bit easier, not so much to handle, just to get through the water. Seemed a little more to the point, just through. That could be due to its heavy state. And our next test is right here, so there's no need to jump cut. I'm just gonna come through and right off into the mud. Instantly slowed down. Picking a smarter line. Ooh, got a little too far over. Looks like a perfect line is right here. Overall, loving both of these vehicles. Would definitely drive both of them. As far as cons that I've noticed, I am on controller, and this one tends to have a lot more oversteer, where the steering wheel doesn't want to turn back quick enough. But overall handleability, it is so far beating out the newer truck. However, the newer truck is definitely seeming a bit more versatile and easy to use other than the handleability. As far as the top speed goes on either one of them, the older vehicle has a much higher top speed. I'm gonna pick a very similar line with this one. Look at the front end on these. Both amazing, amazing trucks. But there has to be a winner. Oh, that damage was definitely on me. Okay, and on to the next test. The next test is going to be top speed and jumpability. I think we already know which one's going to win the top speed, but I'm going to show you anyways. And now for the top speed and jumpability. I already know which one's going to win top speed, but who knows? Maybe the other one might jump better. Very squirrely in the top end. Jumps just fine. And rolled it. But that's alright. That was the end of the tests anyways. Well, let's just switch over to this one. Hammer down. 6 out of 7. Give me 7th. Come on, here we go. Don't know why this one's getting squirrely. And I'm gonna say that was very, very much user error and give it one more chance. Hey, I guess that's what I get for not looking in front of me while I was driving. Once again, give me 7th. And beat Elon Musk to Mars. Jumpability, about the same for both of them. And they both come to a rest in the same place. Now, overall, both these vehicles compared, clearly that we saw in the last test there, it wasn't really something that I meant to show off or do. But the older truck is more top heavy. It definitely fell over a lot easier. One thing that I'm now noticing is that it only has 2 winch points. But hey, I got it to roll over. Usability. Definitely the newer truck for me. Its utility body carries more stuff. I believe this one also has spare tires. However, the older truck does not. As far as usability, it's definitely a tough one. I found the old one easier to control in rough, bumpy situations, but not so much in speed, given that its top speed was so much higher. As a matter of fact, a lot of the time you'd never need a top speed that high, so it's kind of unrealistic and unneeded for SnowRunner. having to pick between the two, it goes to the new truck, hands down. It's got that locking diff, the light body, the higher ground clearance. It was unfair from the beginning, but hey, that's what we're here for, is to compare them. As far as looks goes, that's completely a personal opinion. I can't tell you which one looks better. Power and top speed goes to the old truck, hands down. The new truck definitely is not lacking, but it's not exactly just spilling out like the old truck. Traction and off-roading. New truck. I guess I could do a towing test, but not this video. Maybe I'll revise and think about more things that I can test vehicles on to really show what they can do. What would I use each one of these for? Well, the older truck has a attachment to have 2 cargo slots, I believe. I would put that on this and use it for a small trailer to do smaller deliveries on maps, because it's not unusable, but it's not a do everything kind of truck. So you have an easy delivery where you only got to deliver 2 to 4 things. You know, slap a small trailer on the back, you're good to go. As far as the new truck, I would definitely use it as a heavy-duty recovery vehicle. I say that because its off-road ability and usability is much nicer. And I believe that with its off-road capabilities, it would be easier to pull out a heavier vehicle with it than it would be the old truck, because you'd be fighting the old truck, one, to get traction, where you wouldn't be in the new truck. Yeah, that's basically it. That's all I can think about to say. Well, thank you guys for watching. It's been fun making this YouTube video for you guys. I hope some of you found it helpful. I hope some of you like it. If you like it, drop a like, leave a comment. If you didn't, scroll on, man. I'm not for everybody. I love you guys, and goodbye.